Hello again. I'm happy that you're here with me. I'm going to try to make some strides now in attaching some of the pretties that we have made. First thing that I want to do is add this pleated Christmas fabric right across the top here. So I'm going to move this one over for the moment, and that's just screaming Fabrifix or Fabri-Tac. They have different names, and I don't know which one I'm using half the time, and I think they're all exactly the same. So okay, let's get these up and away. Now, I don't want this to jut up above this time. So, let's get there we go. Let's get some here for the stitching, because I want the top and bottom of the pleat to be able to move a little bit. And down we go. I'm certainly enjoying my dollar baggie of Christmas fabric. Quite a bundle. Actually, I think it was more like a bundle of joy for someone like us. Yes. Okay. Don't get carried away. Now, here we go. There we go. Sorry for the reach, but it's the best place I could find for my scissor box. Save that for next year. And now I want to use this Santee. This is probably from the 40s or 50s, labeled Japan, made of paper, cotton batting, and crepe paper. And look at him. He's quite a cute dude. So I'm just going to put him at pride of place here. I'm going to glue him up there, and on these edges, and down around the paper there. I'm finally using this, and without exaggeration, I think I've had these Santees for 10 years. Way before I even thought, you know what I was going to do with them? I was going to invent a Christmas needlepoint around them, around one, and attach it. And at this time of year, I always try to make one per year to celebrate the season. And yes, I do miss it. Yes, I do, particularly at this season. But I enjoyed making a Santee, and I would usually get a pretty dollar store frame, and they would be around the family room, particularly on the mantle. It was just it was a little pleasure. I also used to try to do a something for Halloween, but I think I'm Halloweened out on those. And I also ended up putting, I also put some of them, of those Christmas needlepoints in the kitchen along with a little bit of Annalise Christmas chefs and so forth, just for fun, because I never outgrew my childhood. Now, there we go. Santee is there. And do I want a bit of something there? I definitely want that here. Let's see. Maybe just a little bit of silk ribbon. Just a touch. And my hole puncher. Worked then, work now. Yes. Now maybe just a little bit of white. How much of it do we have? Yes, we have enough for Christmas bindings for next year. And this one is not pure white, which is very nice. I'm so happy to be able to get to use these things. With our junk journals. Now, okay, and there we go. It says in the fine print, after not having done my stitchery for about 5 years, I'm not as dexterous with the handling the fibers the way as I used to be. But I guess that makes quite a bit of sense. Ooh, I like the way that one looks. Okay, in you go. Now, onward. What was I going to do there? I had it in my hand. Oh, there it is. Okay, here it is, and this is the page, and that need to be, I think I'll do this first. Let's just see what we can do with this page. I think it's calling for a little bit of stencil. And my neatened up stencil drawer. So things are in here. Oh, things, I could almost call those snowflakes. Things are in here with a little rhyme or reason now. I know you were getting sick of watching me wallow. Now, okay, you get covered up, and how about some paint? How about some acrylic? It would really do the trick. I definitely think so. will we have? Hmm. Alrighty. That will just have to do. And some sponges, and off we go. There we go. And you. This is leaf green. And cardinal red. Nope, not yet. Let's start with just the tiniest bit of green here and there. And a little bit up here. And a red statement now. And some here. Right. Yes, if you recognize them, these are from a year or two ago from the little gift bags from Dollar Tree. That's what they are. I think there were 3 or 4 of them in a package for $1. And I used some. But then these were left, and I said, throw nothing out now, do you, Carol? When I think of the things that I have disposed of unknowingly, it's best not to think too much about it. I'm sure you will agree. And now I'm thinking that this, I think I'm going to go through and see about getting all the stenciling done in one go. I'm thinking a little bit of, yes. Let's have a little vintage photo on here. I re-inked. Vintage photo it is. A little here. Just a tiny bit here and there to push back a little of that white. Not too much, not too far. Okay. not sure that I have anything to go into this yet, but that will happen. And this one now. Oh yes, the queen of Dollar Tree rides again. You can see I love my Santies. And I'm just leave that flat, and there's plenty of room for a pocket, and even one that has a gusset. And down it goes. And down it goes. I'm afraid we had a little bit of a change for Christmas this year, but my husband had back surgery, and no one told us that after you finish with one, in 5 or 6 years, you're looking at another, and he has decided not to jump into surgery, so he has been very diligent at using his belt when he's walking too much or out flying his airplanes and so forth, and he goes to our chiropractor, the man we've been seeing for over 30 years, and oh my Lord, he's about to retire. I guess he's got a right if we did, but he goes to the chiropractor and has manual stretching of his spine, and we got the new bed for him, the kind that does tricks, and a mild medication, and he is at least, over the months, he has gotten down to at least 75% improvement, and so we're very, very happy. But our Christmas decorations, and I do have them, are in the attic, in the garage. You know, you have to pull down the stairs and go up. And I had to threaten his life, and whether or not I would cook anymore, etc., because he always, you know, men have an answer. Well, I'll put on my belt. It'll be all right. That space isn't very wide. And I have bins upon bins and children of bins up there. And so I guess I told him that it was not going to happen over my or his dead body. So we have I had to make a decision about what we were going to do. I didn't want to sacrifice Christmas because we both love it, and so this little girl went to Joann Fabric when it was having a 70% sale, and I stocked up on on pretty better quality. I got 6 red hydrangeas and a Christmas wreath for the front door, and one for the hutch, the top of the hutch in the family room, and other pretties and goodies. And the family room is looking quite nice, all of it, because it's a big room. I had fun seeing what I could do, looking at it as a challenge, and I was able to red it up and pretty it up and spread out all of those pretty Dollar Tree foil-looking Christmas bows and stuff, and when they laid on top of things, they shine, they're pretty. And I have, of course, I have last year's Christmas journal open. And so we did our best, and hopefully this time next year, we'll get one of the young men across the street that owns the house, and I'll get him to go up and bring down, because I didn't even want my husband moving some of those bins, because they have my a lot of my needlepoint in them, and you can imagine what those framed needlepoints weigh. So I had to take measures in order to win that one, but I did. And next year I hope that I will be we will be back to being able to do that, and maybe eliminate some of this stuff, because it's quite a lot. I want to cover the back of this with something, and so this Christmas journal is really meaning a lot to me. I'm having fun doing it, and making the best of an unexpected situation, but they come to all of us. And what did I? Oh, yes. This is this one. Now, how are we going to manage this? There's the writing spot. I'm thinking right here. Yes, let's get this moving along now. This can go over here and wait, and wait some more. What else do we have? I think a little bit of red stencil on the side might be pretty. How about on top of this paper, just a little bit of, maybe just a little bit of red Christmas flowers, since I was just speaking to you about them. Let's have some. And I don't need to do too much. I can just do up the two sides. That's fun. Oh, but I'm not thinking I want to, well, I just know that I'm going to do both of those. Okay, let's go. There we go. And here we go. Yes, can be done. Can be done. Do this one while we're here. Oops. No. Not happening, Carol. Let's stay focused here. Yes. Stenciling is a form of therapy, at least for me. I just love to play. I think we'll just put and off the paper. I'm a big girl for off the paper. So let's do that up here. some green here, here. Let's see what happened. Huh. Let's have one more quick look. And the placemat that I sprayed through with Glimmer Mist is holding its own here. Now more red. We've been raising our eyes when we hear the weather that some of our country is having here and there. It certainly is something. And mission accomplished for that. I keep looking every time I go to Walmart for more of these, and I don't see them. But if I ever do, I will immediately be all over every way I can to tell you about those. Just put it right here. Let's go. Let's go. I'm believing that this end of the bottle is not working well enough for me time-wise. I think I shall have to open another one. And when my husband comes home from his errands, I'm going to ask him to put a little drop or two of acetone in it, the way I did in this bottle, because it. And I cut the spout here by about 1/8 of an inch, and it's been good, but it's not happy at the end. It really tries your patience and has a built-in way of making us rebuy. So, there we go. Oh, I didn't realize that I had the light brown, or was it toffee, stamping there. It works with this very nicely, and I'm glad I put the distressing on the edge. These are vintage. There again, things that I used for needlework. So how are we now? Well, we're right there and doing fine. What happened here? Okay. So I'm going to just leave this one sitting. And what's on back here? Something that I need to do? Oh, yes. Alrighty. Next. Okay, I don't have anything here. This one and this one need attention. And this one needs to be attached. It's stitched, but Shall I stitch or glue here? Maybe just a little bit of this on the back. Oh, it's already got that there. I bet you saw that and said, no, Carol, no. Might be in here. Oh. Nope. Maybe something here. This was a gift bag. Not that. This was a gift bag, as you can see, which I took the scissors to, and I'm so happy that I did. This might be nice. This might be nice. Right there like that. And then I'm going to, then I think I'll restitch. Yes. Then I think I will restitch. Oh, isn't that thick? Oh, it's got the bag doings in here. Now, what have we got here? Stretching again. Sorry. All right. Okay. Maybe that is enough. Maybe that's just enough. So, now I can fold it this way and stitch. I think so. I will be back as soon as this is stitched. And I go put laundry in the dryer. 2 birds, 1 stone. Hello, I'm back to sharing progress with you. I've spent most of the afternoon working on this. I decided to stop turning pages on her without doing something about it. So I rethreaded my sewing machine with red and got out my paper cutter and my glue stick, and there is no longer that vacant look that I was getting and thinking about it and saying, well, I'll get to it, or that will be the next step. So I took the step today. I inserted these, and this we did together, and this we worked on together, and then this. I added this journaling card here. I'm sadly lacking in them, and that will really literally be my next step. But I did some banishing of the dead white pages. This was a glassine bag that I spray painted with a glimmer mist, and I added this piece to the back of this. And we worked on this together. And then I thought, well, okay, this is not pure white. So here started the sewing. I put this on, and I put this piece on the back of this so that it would have some heft and be able to hold this. On this piece, I added a strip here because this didn't fit, but I just thought this looked very much like Southern Christmas, so I put this on. And this one also, I added a paper bag that I sprays with the Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist and sewed that down. And on the back of this, which was dead white, I added a piece of the, also a piece of my sprayed graph paper. And on this one, I didn't cut that thread, but I will now. I sewed this down to it. I was thinking about that, and that's where we stopped this morning when I decided I was going to go to the sewing machine. Well, I must have had an adrenaline shot because I attached this to the back of that paper to give it more heft, and I attached and I put this backing on the magazine. No, this is the book page, and here we have this page, and I added this to the back of it so that it is firmer now. Of course, none of these are in yet, and I certainly am lacking in pieces of ephemera, but that's not the kind of a job of work that getting this to this stage was. This, I didn't do anything with this. This one, I decided needed some backing, so I sewed that down to it. So this was a lot of cutting and sewing. And I found this bag, and I love polka dots. I'm a polka dot girl. So I tore it apart carefully so that I will have some left for next year. I'm planning ahead. And I attached this and sewed it down. And here we are at the center. And I looked at it. I just had a little video watch and got up and said, okay, now let's think about this. And I didn't think too much. I clipped this down and used my silk needlepoint ribbon, and I sewed this in so that now we're looking at a real book, and that always makes me see things differently. So the next time we meet, I should have some more ephemera bits, and we'll get the final pieces placed and add a little fun and pretties. But I just thought I would show you that I have made some progress, and I'm rather happy that I made that decision. I had the afternoon, and I was in the house, and the weather is for Florida is nasty and gray and chilly. So I played Christmas, and I'm so tickled that I added these bags. I'm going to be putting goodies in them. If you have enjoyed this visit with my personal Christmas journal, I would appreciate your giving me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I would appreciate your subscribing to my channel. Let's do a little bit of a little bit closer look now. Well, you've seen that, and here's Santy, and he stayed glued down, and he's thick. This is quite a chunky. The bag from Dollar Tree. Glassine bag added. Can't wait to make some things to include in there. And this is a nice journaling spot. And a journaling spot here on the inside of this. And I don't know, maybe I shall just put a corner pocket on that, I think. And something up here, because you can journal right. I can journal right over that. I'm glad I found that piece of paper hiding, because I think in its own way it's quite Christmassy. And another bag, and these two. I believe one of them is supposed to be on the other side. And so the fun on the little bits begins now. I'm just loving this this belly band. That was fun making. And I need something for in there. And here we are almost to the center. There's a multiple layered pocket, and I want to put it on so that it is there are 4 layers. And here we are to the center. The next time we meet, I'm going to be playing and adding little bits. Bye now.